Good afternoon. In this presentation, I will be briefly discussing my research project and a few key concepts I will be taking away from this research method course. For this course, I decided to do my research on the impact of the inclusion classroom on the academic achievement of students without disabilities. I chose to research this topic because I'm a special education high school inclusion teacher. When I reflect on my teaching experience, I often ask myself if I am supporting all students in my classroom. My time is often divided into helping high-needs students and implementing behavior interventions, so many of the on-task or quiet students do not get the attention that they need. This study is important because educational policy must be driven by research-based practices to maintain its effectiveness. Implications of the study will affect all students and future generations of our public school system. We must continue to serve all students the best we can. Is inclusion a good solution for all? With my experience, I would assume that the inclusion setting would be detrimental to achievements of the non-disabled students. To test this, I decided an experimental design comparing the Algebra 1-star EOC scores of a group of non-disabled students in an exclusively general education classroom to a group of non-disabled students in the inclusion classroom. An independent two-sample t-test analysis would be used to determine if the difference between the means of these two groups' test scores is statistically significant. Assuming my hypothesis is correct, a strong negative score would be expected. However, the evidence gathered from the literature review produced no clear answer to the research question. A few references can be seen here. In the numerous studies I read, research methods ranged from quantitative studies analyzing stigma around and perceptions of students receiving special education, and quantitative studies that look at test scores, classroom assessments, reading levels, and standards-based achievements. Many listed the limitations to their studies as the primary cause of discrepancies among related research. Limitations included variations in teaching methods, non-random participant pool, low student participation, lack of teacher support, and adequate time for cooperating teachers to be effective co-teachers, etc. The anticipated results would be weak positive relationship, indicating that the null hypothesis would be supported, meaning that the inclusion setting has no significant impact on the academic achievements of non-disabled students. The anticipated results developed from a large meta-analysis study by Zumsky et al. 2017 that analyzed 46 studies with a total of 4,800,000 students that determined a weak positive relationship was the resulting conclusion. To summarize, the inclusion setting does not benefit or impede the academic achievement of non-disabled students. These results would continue to support inclusive practices as there are many documented benefits apart from the academic achievement. It is important to note that all students in inclusion classrooms would benefit from strong school and district level foundation set up to support inclusive practices. Extensive trainings and preparation for joining a co-teach inclusion model are often lacking and may be contributing to the no effect impact on non-disabled students. This course was fast and furious. One of the biggest takeaways I have learned is that there are many ways to perform research. I have a background in science and have a narrow view of research only being experimental. Each method we covered has its purpose and methodology, and each one could have been a course in and of itself. The t-test. Way back as an undergraduate, I took statistics and could explain and calculate a lot of what we reviewed in this class. Fast forward to today, this is all new to me. The t-test is used to compare the means of two sets of data to determine how significant the difference is. T-tests produce a t-value, a p-value, and a degree of freedom, each of which can determine which hypothesis is accepted. Types of hypothesis. This is a key takeaway because I just had an oddly fun time doing the homework. I did not remember these from my undergrad, but enjoyed the review. The non-directional hypothesis states that there is a relationship but does not define which way. The directional hypothesis specifies the direction of the relationship, for example, increasing or decreasing, and the null hypothesis always states that there is no relationship among variables. Examples can be seen on this slide. Overall, this class was challenging with the sheer amount and nature of the work, but I feel knowing this information can help me both now and in the future. Thank you.